Okay, hello friends and followers. Here's some update on the Jandy Aqua Link or Aqua RS control box, and I finally got this thing to work. On the right side is the high power connections where you have, I don't know if it's 220 coming in here, but you definitely have 110 coming in here, and here's relays that control the pump and the lights, and I think that's about it. I'm not using the pump relay anymore because I only have a good pump that uses it. All I have is a Superflow now. Anyway, here's the low voltage side. It's kind of a mess still. So I did buy this board from Corey, a very nice gentleman in Phoenix, Arizona, who sold me this board, and the Aqualink antenna. So this is a revision R board, which you need, and I think it's the earliest revision that you can even have to have it running. Anyway, I'm very happy with what Corey sent me, and let's go through what's going on here. So first of all, I've had trouble hooking up the antenna to the RS485 interface, which is this plug here, and the expansion board. So yikes, and that just fell out. Power's off though, so who cares? So I can see where this could be dangerous. So the expansion board has the wiring clearly written in the color code, so I followed those carefully. And currently I'm not really expanding into anything. I just have the expansion board here as a interface, and I'm coming off of the first RS485 port on this newer Aqualink RS controller board here. I guess they call it the power board. Anyway, what's confusing is they have a power supply in here. This power supply came with the system. There's a large transformer here. Secondary is 19 volts, 1 amp, and then 6 amp. Anyway, they got a big power transformer there. They got a smaller one here. This power board in here is interesting, and oh wow, this must have controlled the other pump. So I'm now understanding that I think this power board is to control another pump, which I didn't realize. Anyway, would I connect up the RS 485, which is right here, to the expansion board? So if I plug this plug in here to the expansion board, which is here, the configuration dies. This board, this control board, will immediately go dark if I do that. It just quits. So something is not right with the configuration or interface with this power board and this RS485. So I guess I better look up this board and figure out what it does. It looks like it controlled a digital pump. So I'm seeing a bunch of wires here. Maybe that works with the IntelliFlow. I don't know yet, but that's something I just discovered, and I want to get it figured out. It's got a lot of power going into it from this transformer here. Not sure why it needs much power, but that's what's going on. So, okay, so what's going right here? So what's going right? So I have two temperature sensors here. There's a local one for the air and one for the water. So the water one's shot. So the air temp here is on wires 8 and 9. And the pool temp is on 5 and 6. The pool temp is shorted, so that's no fun. Those wires are all pink, and they go down through here. There's a pipe under the ground, probably put in by the builder or the first homeowner, and these wires will surface right here. The pool temperature is actually sampled from the water flowing through this pipe. The inlet off of the filter, so the inlet coming from the pool, which passes through the pump, that's going into the sensor. This sensor is shorted and shot. I took it out, it's bad. So I ordered another temperature sensor for the pool water. That'll come soon. And the air sensor is still working. So down here is an air sensor. That guy is still working, so happy days, right? That's working right. Okay, so that covers that. This wire is interesting. It, now I know, comes from this big control board here, and that wire starts right here. And it's been chopped off in the ground, so you can see right here that wire. Here's all the pumps and everything. Filter, the pump, the valves. This wire has been chopped off right here, so I want to figure out what this did. Here's one valve, which is an actuated valve by 24 volts AC, I think. This valve controls the waterfall, and I finally got this thing to work under automation. It did work before with the old board. There's the old board down there, the old PDA board, but I found to make that work, here's the wire for that valve, and I plugged that into solar, and then I assigned solar to be VCA, I think, to be aux 1, which they have labeled here already as waterfall, so I wanted that to be the same. I think I put the light here on aux 2, so that's good to go. And now the antenna is working. It's been paired with my Wi-Fi. This plug here, of course, is RS43085 going to the extension card here. Only 2 connections here. So I'm guessing that this board here must be an option or something that controls a pump. I have to look this board up and see what it does. I thought it was a power supply board because it's got like 1 billion connections coming in from the transformer. And actually, let's see, it does have a connection over here to the cell in the chlorine and the cell type thing, so it does get involved with that. And what else does it connect to? It connects to that outboard wire there. So I gotta look this board up and see what it does. So anyway, that's about it. So what I can now do here is turn on the waterfall and turn the lights on, which is nothing remarkable. And I can see my air temperature, which is nice. I'll have water temperature working next week. So that's about it. I do want to get the pump running under control with this thing, and that's probably as far as I can go with it. I don't really want to be replacing valves for... I would need to have like 3 more motorized valves, which I don't think I'm involved with. I wouldn't mind getting rid of this pump for a IntelliFlow, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I still got to find the connector for this, which is not easily found, and figure out what this odd wire does down here. Maybe this will work with the IntelliFlow. I doubt it, but we'll see. I think a dog chewed this off. Anyway, so now I got to put this stuff back together and get it into reasonable operating function. I've had it all apart to explore the wiring and figure out what is what. There's really nothing else connected to this thing as far as RS485 at all. There's just the antenna. There's this board here, and here's the intelligence from the controller, and that's really about it. So I'm pretty happy with this controller. It doesn't have a backup battery, 9 volt. It has like a PC battery in here, like a PC would have. So it has a little coin battery in here, and I think before I go too far, I'm going to replace the coin battery in case it's going to go bad on me. This came from Corey in Phoenix. He's a very nice guy who sold this to me, and a very helpful gentleman. Anyway, I'm really happy with this board, and it's working great. So I'm finally able to control the pool a bit from the phone or the iAquaLink web interface, which makes me happy as can be. So that's it for the update. I got to put the stuff back together, put that board in storage somewhere, and get this junk all cleaned up. The next video I have, I'll demo how the system works so far, the way I have it configured. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday.